Hi, welcome to episode 1 of founding Fullsteam. Now, I decided to spin this part of my YouTube channel off into itself to really cover Fullsteam, the business, and all that side of it, and our events and how they're organised, give you guys an insight there, and separate out the fitness content, because actually I think that's the side that a large chunk of you are really interested in. And it's something that's really interesting. Like, we've been going now for 5 years, and we've only really just reached the stage where we're starting to really take off. And I think for a lot of small businesses, that's a big reality of what life's like. Things start off as small little side projects and they slowly grow. And I think often people are quick to assume that they're going to just flip and everything's going to become amazing. And that really often isn't the case. So the part of this is to give you an insight into what it's like starting out running a small business, and then hopefully you guys can follow alongside as we grow from here. We show you our plans and show you where we're going, which is really cool. So this is our new warehouse and office unit. We moved in literally the week before lockdown. So I think we moved in around the 7th of March. We had Fortitude, the event that weekend. We delivered that on the 10th. Around moving in here, getting everything moved over. A week later we went into lockdown. So after that, everything froze. So I've been coming in here literally by myself. I've been packing orders, shipping. So anything you've ordered over the last few months has been me. You'll have seen it's just been me on social media. Because the reality is, at this point, the company is just me. That's how Fullsteam started. It was me, and then I'm supported by a whole group of friends and freelancers who just make the magic happen. I've been supported all the way from PR agencies, I've had as partners, I've had timing companies. Everything is a whole little network of subcontractors that make everything possible. And I think people often, particularly with events companies, think you're this massive organisation when in reality you're not. And I've certainly had complaints over time that have been worded like that. People don't seem to realise that when they talk to me at events, it's just me. And hopefully that puts in perspective. And most events are the same. We're not unusual. Like, most event companies are at most, I know, 3 or 4 staff. So I really wasn't lying when I said at the moment the brand is just me and we're ready to grow. This is our lovely new small office. We were meant to have people coming on board in April, and this season was supposed to be the one where we really got going. Obviously that didn't happen. So starting from now, kind of going into August, it's kind of like take 2. We're going to be stepping everything up. We've got new products coming, we've got new gear, we've got new events, everything's starting to really ramp up again. Actually, we're lucky because this is just me at this point. We're kind of, from a business point of view, I can kind of hunker down and survive fine. It's the bigger guys that have really struggled. Actually, again, it's just me. I'm able to pay the bills, able to keep going, able to keep everything rolling and to keep things happening for you guys. Direct from our co-packer protein partners, we have got one new tub. Interesting. I'm guessing, yeah, our samples are inside. This is our grape ice, cherry ice, and raspberry ice. These will be 2 of our 3 new flavours. I've already decided, executive decision, on raspberry ice. That's a winner. I just wanted to taste test it again before I push the final button. Cherry ice is something I haven't tried yet, but I think it's going to go really well with the ice profile. And grape ice. So the ice element is that sort of menthol type flavour that SIS and a couple of other brands have also rolled out. It really sets off some of the sharper flavours like the raspberry. It gives you kind of like a cold mouth feel. It's weird, but on a hot day or a really hot session, it kind of works. It builds quite slowly, so the first sip you take, it generally isn't that strong, but as you go, it kind of really kicks off. And I've tested it a couple of times where I've left the bottle almost accidentally in the car. The car's got really hot, I've gone off for a run, I've come back, and actually it still kind of then tastes cold, so it kind of works. Actually, if it is really cold, it kind of really works. So if you take the bottle, drink, freeze it. So we have got 4 new flavours that are dropping. Okay, so we've already decided on 3 of them. And then we're going to be deciding between one of these. I'll know in a minute, they do taste different. So we decided to go colourless on the latest ones. And actually for the ices, they've kind of then got like a cloudy, opaque kind of appearance. But it meant we could ditch the colours. And on our last batch, it's the colours that really gave us grief. Because trying to use natural colours rather than artificial colours, you've got a kind of fairly limited profile to go around with, and they don't always react the same at the base. So we found between changing manufacturers and colours and other bits, it's caused so many problems. So going forward, we're going colourless on this range, and it just removes an ingredient we don't necessarily need. So let's try raspberry ice. Now, the interesting thing is we decided to go with no sweeteners at all. So no artificial or natural, which gives the raspberry then like a, kind of like a sharp taste like raspberry. But without the sweetness, actually I think it makes the whole thing clearer. And then with the ice effect afterwards, it's got like a really clean taste. I really like it. So that's quite nice. Subtle again, but with that cooling flavour. I thought I was going to sway to the grape, but just trying to try the cherry. The cherry is really nice. It's a very clean cherry. Okay, final one. Let's test the grape. Oh, I don't really like grape. This makes life hard. The grape's a much stronger flavour than the cherry, but equally it's a nice flavour. It's nice as well in that they're both not normal flavours. And what you're going to see with the way we're changing the lineup is that our new flavours are not normal. For the endurance market, which is got generally very boring, very tame flavours, these are definitely not normal. But they're all really nice. And one of the things we're looking to is to constantly rotate. So 100% with a year where both of these will be coming out at some point, I can guarantee it. But I probably need to try and decide which one we're going with first, because I've already got a ton of other flavours that I really like. So raspberry ice is definitely a win between the cherry and the grape. So this are some of the printed labels I've scrappily done at home to give us a sense of what this is going to look like once we get into production. So I wanted to lay out and see how well this works. Okay. So what we wanted to get a sense of is what those new colour combinations and labels are going to look like. Interestingly, that is slightly the wrong size. And it's supposed to be not scaled, which makes me think those dimensions are off. This is why we test. So this is the sort of style we're moving to. Why is that wrong? That's interesting. Definitely starts to give you a sense of where that brand is going. Can you see that pattern? So for those of you that tried our past products, they came in these big red tubs before. We love the red tubs, but with the different colorways we're going to be using, black's going to work a lot better. Also, we've really drastically reduced the size of the tub. What that means is we're going to effectively, rather than being actually only this full of a big tub, which is the problem we were going to have, we will now have a full tub, so we're reducing waste. And essentially one tub then, in terms of price point, is going to be 20 quid, which means rather than being £30–40 for a tub and you don't know if you're going to like it, 1, you can try the single sachets, you can test the flavours, see if you like them, and 2, you then don't have to commit to a big tub that's going to take you absolutely ages to use. You've got a small little tub which you can then use, or you can buy a couple, and we'll do deals like 2 for 35. You can try different flavours out, combine the flavours, so that you've got a whole array and you just don't get bored of drinking the same stuff all the time. It also means that we can keep rotating the flavours, keep bringing new flavours in, and give you guys something constantly to try. And that's one of the ways we're going to be really kind of pushing the boundaries, is by constantly bringing in new flavours. And that's where we're hoping that it really engages with you guys. You know, we've got a great product, the science is down, it's not, you know, controversial at all. You know, there are lots of established brands using very similar formulas. Most brands differentiate on 2 things: taste profiles, price points. Right, 3. Taste profile, price point, and then just the flavours. That is 2. Okay. It's marketing. Either way, it's all marketing. So reality is, we just want to give you guys something that's really good value. You know, we're going to be under the price point of all of our competitors, provide you with a good quality product, decent science backing it up, and a fantastic array of flavours that just taste awesome. And we're hoping that's something you guys can really get on. People have asked us if we're going to do like a subscription model. No, I don't think we're going to launch with a subscription model. Although, you know, it's something, if people keep buying the new flavours, we could look at in time as to whether we do like a club where we just pump everybody out the flavours. But yeah, I think these are going to be a really nice addition. These should be landing, it's 6-7 weeks, but reality is at the moment everything's a bit longer. Let's say it's going to be end of September. So tail end of season, by the time we get to our October event, we should 100% for Fortitude have these in stock. So I think that's cool. We're going to leave that there. Thank you for joining us. This is something we're going to be doing a lot more of, chatting and showing you how the business works, how we operate. I was going to talk about the history of Fullsteam, but like we've covered that in other videos. I can tie that below. For those of you who don't know, we've been around, say, for 5 years now. We've kind of been growing. We're kind of coming along leaps and bounds at the moment. The nutrition side, it's been a bit of a slow burner to get a start, but our approach to all of this has been slow and steady. Like, I haven't rushed any of it, and maybe I should have done, but like, I was a coach and then I started organising events on the side, and then events took over, and then I wanted to do some products and I did the events and some products on the side, and the whole time the business has been just me. And now we're at a point where this is outgrowing me rapidly, and it's all just happening to explode all at once. So welcome along for the ride. This is Founding Fullsteam, and that's episode 1 done. See you next week.